Hi there everyone, welcome back to the Raven Oracle with Monique. We are doing a weekly reading for the 16th, that week of the 16th of June. It is already the middle of the month, which is crazy, I know, but we are going to get started right away. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're looking for some answers from Spirit in your daily walk, then this could be the place for you. And if my energy resonates with you, consider subscribing. And you can catch these weekly readings. I also do timeless and I do shorts every single day. So join us, okay? All right, so we're going to get started right away. So for this week, yeah, things are building up quite a bit, spiritually speaking, across the globe. And this does affect your emotional state. It is going to affect your spirit. It's going to make you look at life in a different way and in a certain way. And what I've been getting a lot from Spirit is make sure that your personal life is separate to what's going on across the globe. Because if we allow those outside influences and those things, that chaos around us, to influence us, we start veering off course. We start forgetting about our life purpose. We start forgetting why we are here and what we are meant to be doing with our lives, because we get so caught up in other people's drama. Okay, so it is very important, and I'm saying this for someone, that you stick to what your heart is telling you to do, what your intuition is telling you to do. And some of you are very strong psychics. You're having incredible dreams at the moment as well. So pay attention to all that. Pay attention to the information that's coming in that still quiet place. So make sure that you are regularly removing yourself from the chaos around the world, and you are spending time in meditation to stay in tune with your inner being. All right, so that you can keep on track, stay on track. So let's have a look and see. I'm going to draw 4 cards for you this week. The first one is your current energy. So what I have for you is the 7 of Pentacles. 7s typically have like a conflict energy about them, because they kind of, they're just before the 8s, where it's you self-empowering yourself, you empowering yourself to move on, to change, to make changes, to walk away from things, or to walk towards something new, to set yourself free from situations. And then on the other side, you have the 6s, which is all about love, harmony, and balance. And the 7 is kind of in between that energy. So the 7 of Pentacles, because we're talking about Pentacles here, that has to do with your material world. It could also have to do with perhaps some of you are looking to change jobs, or you're feeling that the urge to step away from something into something new. The 7, especially the 7 of Pentacles, it's for you to spend time looking back on the past and contemplating whether what you have nurtured, what you have created, the seeds that you have sown that have produced fruit, are they giving you what you need, or do you need to cut away some things so that you can move on to something new? Because remember what I said, it's kind of like an in-between state, the 7s. And I love this card. It's got a lot of imagery. Again, we're talking about that heart space. So this is the Star Tarot, and there's a lot of imagery of your heart and the star coming from, in your heart space. So some of you could be needing to check your heart chakra, make sure that there's no blockages there. You need to do a little bit of Reiki, a little bit of energy cleansing, just to keep that heart space open so that you can hear. Remember what I said at the beginning before I started the reading, that you need to stay clear and focused on your inner world and what is coming up from within, and what you need to focus on, as opposed to focusing on the external world. What I get from this card from Spirit is saying, keep those things that you have that still resonate with you, that you still feel strongly you need to hold on to. You still feel strongly that they are important and they're vital to you moving on into your future. Keep those things, but then discard the rest. You need to get rid of things that are holding you back, holding you down, that perhaps want to pull you back into the past. And sometimes that requires you to do some serious cutting away. So in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the character that's standing looking at the bushel of pentacles, and he's got his hoe that he's deciding what to keep and what to what to cut away and what to keep. There's a pentacles at his feet. So this is a time for you to, the current energy is you are reassessing, you're assessing what you've already achieved, and you're contemplating what to take with you into your future, whatever that future is for you. So let's have a look at the next card, which is it's in the position of challenge, of a challenge position, or something that you need to look at that you perhaps aren't aware of. Something that you need to think about. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Threes typically are about creation, creating your world, creating what you want. Again, it's Pentacles. So we are very focused here so far in the reading on your material world, your possessions, your money, your growth in your career, you know, that kind of thing, as opposed to the more spiritual aspect. So Spirit is drawing your attention to your material world right now. This is in a challenge position. So some of you are struggling to create something new perhaps, or stepping into something new, or imagining what it is you want. Remember I said here to cut away what no longer serves you. And then this card is a creation card, because you can see this person's imagination creating, you know, thinking, conjuring, what do they want? What do they want to achieve? What growth do they want? And then creating that environment, keeping in mind what you want to create. So there's a blockage somewhere in your, perhaps you're struggling to see the future and struggling to see into the future, seeing the positive aspects of things in the future. You're struggling to see how your material world is going to grow and expand, and you're not quite seeing it yet. But you are in a state of creation, because you are in a constant state of creation, by the way. So don't forget that. Okay, so whatever you are focusing on is what you are creating. Whatever your thoughts and your emotions together are focusing on, that is when the creation, the manifestation is happening. So just be careful what it is that you are focusing on, what it is that you are creating. Always have the best vision of your future in the forefront of your mind for yourself. Never allow the negative or the difficulties or the struggles, or you anticipating struggles and difficulty. Never allow those emotions and those thoughts to dominate your future when you're thinking about your future. Okay, I get that very strongly from Spirit. Some of you are a little bit too focused on the fear of what the future could bring. Some of you could not be seeing the future. You could be looking into the future, wanting growth and expansion and abundance, but all you can see, because of your present circumstances, all you can see is the negative side of what if I take a risk? What if I cut away these things that no longer serve me, and then I'm kind of left with nothing? That doesn't exist. That nothing doesn't exist. There's always something there, but it depends on what you are creating. What is it, something that you are creating? Okay, so this is the challenge, the blockage that's happening. Make sure that you are creating exactly what you want, and that you are not creating the thing that you don't want. And it might take a little bit of practice, but I promise you, when you get into that quiet, still state, that meditative state, then you are going to find the answers that you are seeking. You are going to see with clarity. It's in those times of meditation that you find clarity. Okay, so the next card is the possible outcome, or the path that when you deal with this blockage, what is the path that you are on? And what I have at the moment is, what I've drawn for you is the moon. So things might, again, I get the thing where some of you're not seeing very clearly at the moment. So the moon deals specifically with that. Things might not be 100% clear for you at the moment. Okay, but the promise of this card is that your path is still lit by Spirit. You will, as you progress, as you walk out into the future, your path will be lit for you. The moon might be a low light. It's not the blazing sun, but there's enough light for you to to move into your future step by step. And as you go out into the future, you will find clarity. You will see the path that you need to follow. You will be able to follow that. So trust that as you step out into your future, as you create, okay, you create this abundance, you look into the future, you know what you want, what you desire for yourself, that thing is going to be shown to you. So that doubt that you're having that's causing this blockage, okay, that doubt that you're having will be removed as long as you just have faith in the process. You know what I get? It's that whole adage, jump and the net will appear. Step out, step over the cliff, and you will be caught. You will be supported. That is what I'm getting from Spirit. Do not fear, like you can see the wolves on either side of your path. Do not fear those wolves nipping at your heels. Sometimes in the moonlight, we imagine seeing shadows and darting figures and things like that. And then we get fearful and then we get concerned. And then we want to retreat and hold back and not progress, further. Spirit is saying those shadows that you're seeing, that hesitation, that creature in the dark that you think is going to destroy you or get in your way or block you, that is an illusion. It is just an illusion created by this low light of things not being 100% clear yet. So as I said, you're not in the blazing sun yet where everything is clear for you. But when you step out in faith and you continue along your path, things will be shown to you to be the truth. And you will be able to tell the difference between the illusion, the things that you're fearing at the moment that actually they're not even going to come anywhere near you. They're not going to touch you. They're not going to affect your life at all. I really just get a strong sense of Spirit being a guardian over you, all right, and showing you the way and removing the illusions, removing the lies, and clearly showing you where to step and where to go. So don't worry that you can't see clearly yet. Just keep creating, keep in mind exactly what you want, and only that, okay? Cut away the things that are dragging you, holding you back. And it could be illusions or a lie that someone told you that you've taken on board, which has actually got nothing to do with the truth and who you are and what you want to achieve in your life. Those are the things that you cut away in your material world. So trust. A very big theme that I'm getting from this moon card is trust, that you are protected. Those wolves in the dark, they aren't going to come anywhere near you. And your path, as you progress, as you trust the divine to guide you, as you pay attention to your intuition and that deep, quiet place within, and you start getting clarity and messages coming in to show you how to advance and what action to take, so one step at a time, that everything is going to become clear for you and that there is no need to fear. All right. So the card I'm drawing to end the reading is the 8 of Pentacles. You are just surrounded by pentacles. Now, remember what I said about the 7, is that the 7 was between 8 and 6. So 6 is your balance, harmony, love. The 8 is you empowering yourself. So this 8, and I absolutely love the artwork on this. It is what you have created, okay? What you have created is paying it's paying dividends. It's starting to produce fruit. The wheel is turning. You are creating this momentum with all these gifts and talents that you've created, the things that you've already achieved in your life, the things that you are taking with you. Okay, that remember what I said. You are keeping those things that still resonate with you, those things that are still important to you that you've achieved. Those are the things you take with you, and you discard the rest. Okay, and then you start creating, you start mastering, you start moving into a brand new cycle. And this is you empowering yourself. This is you achieving greatness. This is you freeing yourself, okay, into achieving the abundance and the growth that you are seeking at this time. So don't fear, as I said, don't fear being in this in-between place. Remember, the 7 is also in-between place. The moon is like, things aren't clear, okay, but they will become clear. Because if you can see this mountain, you know, leading up to the top of the mountain, and what's behind the mountain is the rising sun. Okay, so things will be clear once you've traversed that path in faith, and Spirit is going to illuminate everything for you. And this is the outcome, this abundance, this you empowering yourself, becoming who you want to be, creating the material wealth and abundance that you so desire for yourself. Remember, the universe doesn't have a limit on its bank account. Okay, there is no such thing. Every single person on the planet has the ability to be a billionaire. That's how abundant everything is. Okay, and remember, you are the universe, which means you are limitless in your abundance. Okay, so this is the outcome. Self-empowerment, achievement, abundance, mastery of your life, mastery of your circumstances, and just having everything that you want. That is the outcome. All right, I'm going to just draw a couple of Rider-Waite cards for you, just to see if Spirit has anything more to say for you. I have pre-shuffled, so I'll just give them another short shuffle. Okay, so what do we have? Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups especially is very in tune to her intuition. She's paying attention to her feelings. She's paying attention to what is coming up from within. What is her heart space telling her? She's very connected to her heart, to her inside world. Okay, so we're talking about the cups, and you can see this beautiful chalice. Okay, that's the only one in the whole deck that's so bedecked with jewels and gold, and it's got the two seraphim on either side. It is ultimate happiness and joy and emotional fulfillment in this cup. So this queen knows that she's got to stay connected to her intuition, her inner heart, because that is where her abundance comes from. That is where her wisdom and the ability that she needs to rule her life, that's where it comes from. So remember, this is all about self-empowerment, and there's no one higher than a king or queen, emperor or empress, okay, that is in control and of their lives and achieving what they want, and is surrounded by abundance. Okay, so hold on to that. Pay more attention to your intuition. King of Wands. Okay, last card. King of Wands. All about achieving everything that your heart desires, going after your ambitions, keeping your vision alive, feeling that fire, that passion, keeping it alive, and then going after it and not allowing anyone or anything to get in your way. This is the king and queen of Wands as well. So it's also the queen. All right. So the king is surrounded by salamanders. Salamanders are always talking about fire energy, passion, drive, ambition, going after what you want. So Spirit is really hammering this home for you guys. Okay, you go after what you want, you create what you want, trust that as you go out, you take that leap of faith, you go along that path, things are going to be shown to you, they're going to be revealed to you. Trust the process and don't worry about what's hiding in the shadows, because they're not going to come anywhere near you. All right, I'm going to draw a mystical wisdom card for you, just as a nice addition to the reading. Confrontation, pick your battles wisely. So it could be that you need to, perhaps even the person that you're confronting is yourself, is you confronting your doubts and your fears about taking that leap of faith, stepping out into the future. It could be that is like you could be feeling like it's a very powerful force that you're facing, almost like it's its own entity. All right, that is what you should be battling. You should be battling your own doubts and fears and worries and concerns about the future. You should be battling, fighting against those illusions and lies in your life that's telling you you can't do this, or you know, if you take a risk then you're going to fail, you know, those kinds of things. This is the confrontation that I think Spirit is trying to get through to you. That is the battle that you should be fighting, not anything else. The battle of the mind. And it's usually in the mind, hey? It's our mind that gets in the way of following our heart. And remember, this entire reading is about you following your heart. Okay, so lovely way to end. Okay, I'm going to draw a psychic reading card actually as well for you. Yeah, so pick the right battles. Don't fight battles that are unimportant, that have nothing to do with your future. Okay, psychic reading card. Baby. This card is always talking about something new, rebirth, going along a new path, a new journey, trying something new, creating something new. Remember, we've got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, where you are achieving mastery, going after what you want, achieving what you want. This is what this card represents, that new thing. All right, and there might be a little bit of fear, but you must only allow the kind of fear in your heart that keeps you wise, that keeps you on your toes, but you go for it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Just do it. All right. Not the kind of fear that's going to debilitate you and keep you stuck and hold you back. That is the kind of fear. Maybe this is what the battle is that some of you need to face, is fighting your fear and getting rid of it. The kind of fear that just paralyzes you. That is the battle that you should be fighting, because Spirit is saying this is the promise, this birth of something new, this creation of something new that is going to fill you with so much joy. And this is also a card of expansion, okay, in any area of your life, okay, growth, okay, birth, rebirth even. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And I just noticed that this is a 3, okay, which again is creation energy. All right, so you're surrounded by this creation energy. All right, so get creating. Take that leap of faith. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Click your notification bell. Join me next time for your weekly reading. And guys, have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it's going, and I will see you next time.